Hello, hello, Virgo. Welcome to your June 2018 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Virgo. And this spread, it takes a while for me to get it all lined up with my camera, so I pulled it ahead of time, so I hope you guys don't mind. And the way that this is structured is it essentially mimics Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you're familiar with that, then you'll probably enjoy this because it covers most things. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to mention is just giving a big shout out and thank you to all of the people who work with me one-on-one or get single question readings. I just want to say thank you because you guys are what make this channel possible. And I am truly, truly grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with an affirmation card. That is what I will be doing first for you. These are kind of goofy cards, but I think they're adorable. So we will see what comes up for Virgos. Communication. Wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there's a strict do, ask, do, tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach and understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses out of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. I haven't heard that word before. But anyway, that is the absolute truth. So communication is going to make the biggest difference. And if you can communicate what you need and what you're feeling, it's going to bring a world of clarity to your relationships and, ultimately all the relationships that you have with others. Okay? And then I'm also going to pull a truth bomb for you. Deeper. Look deeper. Keep going. What is that bringing up for you? That's really what I should be saying, is what does the word deeper bring up? And I could make a joke because I'm secretly 12 sometimes. But ultimately, this is about really going beyond the surface, beyond your assumptions. That is what communication is about, beyond your belief systems, deeper than what's sitting, on the surface layer of your thoughts. You want to keep going, go beyond that so that you're able to really dig in and do the healing that you need to do in order to get the things that you want. Now the spirit animal for you, we have starfish. All things beauty coming up. Okay, so this is also about you really, I don't want to say superficial. It's like that's one of the things that they bring up in the book. But the starfish is about moving slowly. That's part of what's coming up as well. But then there's also a need to nurture yourself is coming up really big. So that's going to be extra potent for you, is taking really good care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your spirit is going to take you to the next level. And one of the ways that you can do that is by giving it a voice, okay? And also asking for help if you need help in whatever capacity that is. It's one of the fastest and most effective ways to get it, okay? So the way that I've done this, I had to combine two of the layers because it didn't make sense to break them up. This is both your primal needs, this row, your primal needs and, like food, water, shelter, are your physical needs being taken care of, as well as resources like money. First, we have the King of Cups. Yep, and this is really going to be tied to self-care for you this month. Virgos are service-oriented, but they also have a tendency to neglect themselves a lot of the time, or, sometimes Virgos can get so, there's so much about Virgos that seems fixed to me, even though it's a mutable sign. But it really is going to be about remembering to take care of yourself, to honor yourself, and to fill your cup first. And that's going to allow you to tap into more resources than you thought possible, whatever kind. And then we also have the Ace of Wands. Okay, creativity, expression is going to help with this. It's so funny. Communication is not just to people. Now it's showing up as, you know, is there a creative project that you want to do? Is there something more that you would like to create? This is also going to, it like can provide a healthy outlet for you. And so this is more about where is your energy going in order to manifest more. I think that that is a big one in terms of giving to yourself and making sure your needs are met so that you feel recharged. And when you feel like your tank is full, you're going to be able to cultivate more and more and more. Then we have the King of Pentacles. Boom. No money issues here. You've got it going on in June. This looks really good for the things that you need. Yes, I'm sure that I'm going to get a comment with like, but. This is about potential. This is about the capacity that you have. You can always go to a poverty mindset if you want. But what I'm reading is the blueprint of your potential. Really, what are the energetics suggesting for you this month? And this month, they're suggesting a deep sense of mastery over you taking care of yourself, both emotionally and materially. And that is such an incredible combo. This is solid. So let's see what else you have coming up. Knight of Pentacles, very business focused. Or like I should say professionally focused, whatever work you do. It can be more abstract than that. It doesn't mean you work in the corporate world per se. This is about being able to get those resources that you need. You've done it before. So if you've done it once, you can do it again and again and again and again and again. Miracles are possible. You can always change the way you've done things and the way that you think and perceive things. And so this is the ultimate row of stability that I'm seeing for you. So this is looking really sharp. June is a solid month for you in terms of resources. Okay, let's see what's going on. This is relationships. So romantic, platonic, and familial, all of them are going to be lumped together in here. Go ahead, when I read this, I would kind of set your intention on what are you focused on more. And then whatever I say, you can apply to whatever you are more focused on. Okay, so first, we have the King of Swords, independent thinking. So make sure you're not following anyone else's rules, and that's going to serve you. If there's, you know, a specific way that you want to engage in a relationship or the way that you want to deal with your family, that's okay to think independently about the way that you want to process and the way that you want to move forward with that. You don't have to listen to the peanut gallery. It's like you don't have to listen to other people's opinions. This is that Aquarian energy of like, I'm going to do things my way, whether you like it or not. And so that actually serves you in relationships. That's an advantage that you have. Then we also have the Five of Pentacles. So let me clarify this because there's something here about lack. Let me see what this is about. Okay, so this is the Knight of Rods. And it might be like not having as much energy as you want, ideally, to give whichever relationship. It's just about, I think that there might be a little bit of too much displacement in resources that actually might be eating up a lot of your energy. So see, if you want more in terms of a relationship, communicate more, ask more, share more, you know, talk more about it, express it more so that you're able to get it. But it's kind of like a closed mouth won't get fed. And so that's another thing that you want to keep in mind. Okay, and then lastly, I have 10 of Swords. I'll clarify that. Everyone is scared of the 10 of Swords, but having release is not a bad thing. Let me see what's coming up. 5 of Swords. So this is calling you to communicate. That ultimately, what this is you have the potential to problem solve, especially with 2 5s. You know, you have the 5 of Swords here and the 5 of Pentacles here. This doesn't mean there is loss. In large part, the 10 of Swords, from what I've seen, is mostly people releasing old belief systems, old, like, the ways that you thought about your family or the ways that you thought about relationships. Those are being cleansed. That's what is coming up. The way you thought about friendships or community, it's being cleansed. Like, you're getting rid of the unnecessary. And so with this, I'm seeing this as a problem you're solving within yourself. This isn't so much something that you're doing with someone else. Okay, this is a solo journey that you're going on, and that's, you know, that's not a bad thing. This kind of needs to happen, and you're going to do it your own way. That's just kind of how things are. That's going to serve you. This is helping you. So just take your time with it. Communicate, 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 communicate. The reason why this is showing up as communication is you have Mercury right here, that little glyph down there at the bottom. So it's kind of like, you know, you have the opportunity to grow and evolve or stay complacent. It's totally up to you. It's just a matter of what you're ready for. Okay, now this is more of the ego, what's going on. In terms of confidence, you know, the way that you feel respected or seen by others, how you feel unique. You have the Knight of Wands. I'm going to pull the other card first so I can get a full picture of what's happening. 10 of Pentacles. So you really are building a good foundation for yourself. Honestly, you guys, you know what's coming up now that I'm reading this? You might be neglecting this. I mean, the way that I'm seeing it is more of, you have everything you need. It's okay to invest in relationships. You know, that is something that you can do if you want. But I think that if you don't invest in them at all, and if you withhold from that part of yourself, you're going to perceive it as a lack or as a loss, which is what these two things are activating. But it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy where, oh no, you know, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to speak up, and then when they don't give me what I need, I'm going to, you know, spiral out of control and feel like I'm losing everything and becoming unhinged. If you communicate and push yourself beyond, you could clear this up. Like, this is not stationary. You know, this is not concrete. This is something that you actually have an impact on. And so this is just saying, you know, if you focus on lack, it's going to grow. It's going to turn into loss. But if you look at it as an opportunity to challenge yourself, you can see massive things shift. And you are building so much and growing so much. I don't think you need to worry about resources. That seems to be more of a distraction, unless you're in a really dire situation, that you probably have access to a lot more than you realize. It's just, you know, it's dependent on your specific circumstances, but that's kind of like the Virgos tend to be a little bit more on the neurotic side, the controlling side. Like, hey, Virgo moon, you know, I'm not hating. I'm just telling you, I know all about that life. And so it's one of those things that if you are, you know, displacing all of your energy towards work, then it could become a point of frustration, like if you're neglecting this. So yeah, do what you want, but remember, challenging yourself is going to reap the most benefits and the most rewards. Okay, so your higher self, Queen of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Money up the wazoo, resources up the wazoo. It's like you are just really, you know, this is the Virgo card. And so you actually have so much alignment right now with the direction that you're heading. It's like you're trailblazing. You know, you're doing your thing and going on your path. I'm inclined to tell you, don't forget about relationships. You know, don't ignore that. Don't allow that to become such a huge vacuum or void that you feel isolated. That's kind of, this is like, if I were to title this spread, it would be all work, no play, you know, like that's kind of what's coming up here. And so you can rely on your ability to make things happen, but you can also give attention to the simple pleasures that you want to experience too, and the relationships that matter to you. Those can be really helpful too. So take time for love, take time for family, take time for friends, whatever your thing is. Okay, and now we're going to do the timeline. So this is the first quarter where you're starting off the month. The Fool, doing things differently, trying new things. Now, again, you don't have to, but I'm going to strongly encourage it, because pushing yourself and trying new things is going to really bring you a lot of great benefits in June. So take that to your advantage. If you feel motivation at all in the beginning of June, I would say strike while the iron is hot. That is a big thing about motivation, is like some days you're feeling better than others, so make it happen when you're feeling good. Card number 2, we have Awakening. Okay, yep, this is all about like, oh, wow. Yeah, I really do create my reality. I really do see the way you're a powerful person. And if you start to transform the way you do things, it's going to result in so much more than you ever imagined. So this is the point in which you see it. But it's dependent on whether or not you take chances. Okay? And then third quarter, we have the 5 of Tomes. This is that, it's almost like a relapse of lack. Like, oh no, I need, no, screw relationships, screw family. Like, I just need to make sure that, you know, everything is okay and that I'm managing everything okay. This is where you start to go in overdrive on, like, I need to make sure that I'm in control of all my resources and everything like that. So it just kind of is showing up as fear. I don't think that that's something you need to be concerned about. It's more of, you have this big awakening and then it's followed by a minor relapse in like the old way of doing things. And then 2 of Cups. I'm just, gonna leave this here for a moment. Okay. Connection, union, enjoyment. I mean, if you want it, you can make it happen. It's just a matter of, right, and this is all different flavors and varieties of union, companionship, connection. That's not a one-size-fits-all thing, but it looks like, man, June is a really solid month for you. I think it's going to be busy professionally and work-wise, but at the end of the day, I think that you're doing the necessary work in order to get the type of connection that you want in this lifetime. So well done. Now I'm going to do a 3-card pick. You guys, unless you're new to my channel, you are familiar with how I do this. I'm going to draw 3 cards and you can either pick a card or don't. It's totally up to you. You can pick one, you can pick all 3. whatever floats your boat. Just go ahead and tune in and see what do you need? What is the question that's coming to mind? Figure out what you want to do. Okay. Card number 1, we have the Rider. Beware of overworking, please. Like, I'm just gonna say it, like, watch yourself. Think about the Rider as an archetype. So this is revealing the archetype of, you know, I'm gonna go into the woods and I'm gonna chain smoke cigarettes and write 5 novels. That, when you think about, you know, like the crazy creative writer, that's like the most extreme archetype or version of that. And so it's kind of like, if you want to go there, you can, but, you know, take time for other things. This is just reminding you that pleasure matters as well. Like enjoyment and play, those things matter too. And Virgos aren't always good at that. Of course, it depends on a lot of things, but just remember that it's okay to take a break from this. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is essentially the same message. Be careful with overworking. There's such an imbalance when it comes to work. It's so extreme. It's like, oh no, I have a void, right, in relationships, but that doesn't have to be true, right? We have the 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Vials, sorry, 2 of Cups. That's the same as the 2 of Vials. At the end of the month. So it's kind of like, if you just give a couple drops of your energy that you're putting into work and you put it into your relationships, it's going to make a big difference. Just a smidge. Give a little. All right? And then card number 3, we have the Hanged Man. What are your habits communicating about what you want? If you think about your deepest desires, what exactly do you do on the day-to-day to make those happen? That's ultimately what the Hanged Man is inviting you to explore. Okay? So that is all that I have in terms of the reading. Don't forget, if you are looking to work with me one-on-one, all of the links are in the description box. And if you want to know which cards I used today, it's in the description box all the way down at the bottom. And don't forget, if you are looking to follow me on another platform, all of that's in the description box. Basically, everything you could ever want or need is in the description box. Okay, so until next time, have a beautiful June, everybody. Don't work too hard, Virgo, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.